After the Wine About It panel, we went back to the hotel. We got shuttled back to the hotel with a bunch of people. Austin, Will, Cutie. We were in a shuttle going back to the hotel, and then I went and sat in my hotel room. They had to go record Fear and then we had a dinner with some Twitch execs. This one I feel really bad about. We had a dinner with Twitch execs at 8 o'clock that they like set up, and it was like just a bunch of female streamers and a bunch of female execs. And it was at 8 o'clock, and Cutie wanted to go to a show that started at 9 o'clock. And there was like a cocktail hour at 8, so like we didn't even really start eating until like 8:30. And Cutie and I were like, oh no, like we're gonna have to leave dinner early. That's like super rude. Because she bought tickets for the show. And so we went to dinner, whatever, talked to people, it was fine. I sat next to Amaranth, talked to Amaranth. She was funny, it was cool. And then it was a sex show. I don't know what burlesque is. If this was burlesque, then like, it was burlesque. Cutie just like really wanted to go to a sex show, I keep saying that like it's what she wanted. She wanted to go to a burlesque show, and it was just me and her. And we talked about it in detail on the Patreon, and I don't want to talk about the whole thing here because we talked about it on the Patreon, but like, it wasn't a sex show. They didn't have sex. They pretended like they were, but they weren't. I guess I don't know for sure if they were, because I don't know. I don't think that they were having sex. What I do know is that they were naked most of the time. What did you see? A lot. A lot. And I walked in so confused. I'll tell you like a couple things if you want to hear about the whole thing again. It's on the Wine About It Patreon. But we went in there. We did have to leave dinner a little early, and I like sent apology emails and whatever because I feel really bad. And then we went to the show, and they were in like beautiful big ball gowns with like hoop skirts, you know, like the really fancy ones where their hair's all like curled and like up in the whatever. And they were like dancing around like this, and like the music was classical and it was really beautiful. And then like a beat dropped, and then like smoke came from the ceiling and the lights went red, and then they turned around and they were assless dresses, which I didn't even know existed. But the dresses had no back. So like in the front, it looked like a full, nice, like fancy dress, and they turned around and there was nothing, and they were just naked. And from there, it was just kind of like that. They juggled some things that I would get banned for juggling, and they did some acrobatics naked. They did some naked acrobatics. They spun each other around naked. Did that disturb you? It was really funny. I don't know. I think a lot of it was supposed to be funny. I'm not sure how much of it was supposed to be funny. I thought the whole thing was funny. I enjoyed it because I thought it was so ridiculous and so funny. Some parts were too much. I didn't like when they were pretending to have sex and like making noises. I didn't like that. Anyway, I won't talk about the whole thing, but it was a lot. But yeah, it was funny. That was Sunday night. And then we left there, and then Cutie got a Frappuccino. When you say naked, I imagine they'd still have pasties. No. That's what I thought. No. Rouge is not just a show, it's a journey of seduction and adult adventure designed to unleash everybody's fantasies. That's interesting. That's interesting. That is totally the description of what it was. They went and asked people in the crowd what their fantasies were. Couldn't be me. I wouldn't answer that if he came up to me. Thank God he didn't. So yeah, it was just me and Cutie. And she got a Frappuccino, and then I went to sleep. And then we got up in the morning, and then Cutie got locked out of her hotel room. And then we got, she took us to the airport, and then I went home. And I got back here at like midnight 30. It was late. And that was like a few days ago. And I feel physically okay. Like I'm really tired. I feel like What I feel like I need to do is sleep for like 16 hours. I don't know if that's how bodies work or if that would actually benefit me, but that's what I feel like I need to do. I don't think that I'm capable of doing that. But I would like to do that, but I don't think I can. I'm more just like mentally tired. I know all the Alveus staff is still recovering. They're all definitely tired. So, I was supposed to do Animal Quest today, right? I was supposed to do Animal Quest today. There are thunderstorms, and so I was worried that we wouldn't have internet. And also, I was trying to get through it yesterday. I had to do the whole thing yesterday because it was my first day back to like work. And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna happen for tomorrow. So I moved it to Monday. Animal Quest is gonna be Monday at 11 a.m. I'm gonna talk about scorpions on Monday, but I didn't get it done for today, so I'm doing this today instead. What's Animal Quest? It's a series on my channel where I talk about the animals that we have at Alveus. And I talk about like where they came from and what their threats are in the wild and what we can do to help them. So scorpions is the next Animal Quest. Last one for now. Actually, I hate to do this to myself, but we have scorpions next on Monday, Animal Quest, and then I think I'm gonna do an entire Animal Quest on dairy for Winnie, just because I think it's really important. So in November, the end of November, I'll do a dairy Animal Quest with Winnie, because I've talked about the beef industry and I've talked about eggs, and so I just think I should talk about dairy. But it's gonna be a hard one. Yeah, TwitchCon overall was less scary than I thought. It was cool to see people. Everyone was saying that it was like a really good vibes TwitchCon, which a viewer gave me this. Which I don't really have a reference for because I've only been to the 2019 one, and it was just very different. So I didn't know what to expect, but I thought it was really good. It was fun, and I feel really good about how all the Alveus people did. Thoughts on the sphere? I think he's creepy, and I think it's like a crazy use of energy. I haven't looked into like how much energy they use, but I don't know. Would you go to the EU one? No. Probably not. I don't know. I love that, dude. All of Vegas is so loud and so everything's so lit up. Would you go to another one? Yeah. Go to another one. I don't know if I would go to like Paris. It seems like a lot. Why are you calling it EU? Wow. Am I supposed to say something else? Isn't that what y'all say? Thank you. Thank you for the 4 months. They said TwitchCon won't be in Vegas next year. Yeah, dude. If all of that, if the convention was like it was, but it was in San Diego, beautiful. Beautiful. It would have been so sick. The only thing that all the Alveus staff and myself didn't really like about TwitchCon is that it was in Vegas. Everything else was great. I hate Vegas though, I really do. I didn't get drugged, which is huge. It's just, I don't know, Vegas is just gross. Like, it's so, the consumption in Vegas is just, it's just so much for me. And it's all so extravagant and so indulgent, but it's so cheap at the same time. It just feels gross to me. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. And I know I didn't see much of Vegas, so maybe that's unfair. But it's just, yeah. I also have no interest in gambling, so it's just not, yeah, it's not for me. It is not for me. San Diego's cool though. You know what they should do? Austin. You guys ever thought about that? How about that? Twitch? How about doing it in Austin? There's gotta be convention centers in Austin. How about we do it in Austin and then we can all go home at the end of the day? I want to do that. I'll put in my vote for that one. Dies of heat? Actually, it's beautiful outside today. It rained all morning, but it's fine now. Austin costs too much? Does it? Or like even LA. I mean, I hate LA, but it wouldn't make sense for them to do it in LA. Why do so many streamers live in Austin? Genuinely because Soda Popper lives here, I think. Or, I mean, that's like the origin, isn't it? Because that's where he grew up, and everyone just moved around him. And taxes.